In last week's video, I shed some light into what I do for a living. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you're probably sitting now on money that you didn't even know you had access to. Let's go. Last year, I was speaking to a couple of friends of mine about terms like TD4, tax returns, and BIR, and they didn't have the slightest clue about what I was speaking about. Mind you, they've been in the world of work for much longer than I have, so that was a shock to say the least. The difference between them and me was that the agencies that I've worked for actually provided me with my slips, whereas their companies didn't. You shady. So what is a TD4? From my basic understanding, it's a slip that your company provides you after the end of every year that lists information like the amount of money that you've earned for the year, the amount that has been deducted for taxes, for NIS, etc., etc., etc. Because many of my friends had no idea about this process, I feel like it's so important to say that you all should definitely check with the accounts department for the business that you work with. If you do pay taxes every year, and more particularly so from 2017 to 2020, because that's all we're allowed to file for last time I checked. Any shady companies out there that are giving you hell to get your TD4 forms, just let them email it to you. It would actually be more beneficial if you had the soft copies than you had to get the hard copies, because then you have to scan the hard copies to get a soft copy. So email works best. So now that we have a basic understanding of what a TD4 form is, how do we file for tax returns? Well, first you'll need to go to TT Connect to register for government services. And when you do, you receive a 13-digit ID number. If you don't know if you would be eligible for this, I've posted a link in the description listing more about what is this whole process and who can apply. Usually this process needed to be done in person, but if it's one thing COVID did, it is force us to become more with the modern times. So you can actually register online. And if you want the link to just go straight into that, you don't really want to know about who's eligible. You feel like you are, as long as you're national and you're paying taxes, then you definitely should be. So you can go ahead and click the second link in the description below. If you have clicked that second link and you saw that paper with the instructions and you did steps 1 and 2, you would probably need to wait about 2 business days to get an email from the government, and they provide you with your ID. Once you have your ID, congratulations, you're one step closer to filing for tax returns. Now it's time to grab those TD4 slips, grab your BIR letter when you first got the number, and it's time to file for taxes. I've also linked the website for the e-tax portal in the description, and I feel like I should say the amount that you get on your tax return is not going to be life-changing unless you make like a lot of money, but it could really come in handy, helpful for, you know, all those curveballs that life does throw at us. Once you made it to the portal, then you just follow all of the instructions, you enter all the information as they ask for it. When you reach to the end, they'll tell you how much money you can expect. There's a form that they ask you to fill out. You sign, and then you have to take it to one of the branches. Not all of the branches listed on their website, by the way. You can give that form. So if you live in the East area, do not go to the Arima branch. I went there once and they were like, "Why is this?" Then I had to rush to the branch in Tunapuna where I got through. And I got through like in the nick of time, because, you know, sometimes government offices close early. So be sure to call ahead. After you drop it off, you probably forget about it, because it does take some time for you to get mail stating the amount that you should be expecting. There's really nothing else you can do with this mail. And then I think maybe about 2 weeks later, the check actually comes up. So right now I have my most recent check in my hand. I'm not gonna tell you how much it is because you'll fast and out of place. Mind your funky business. I might try to calculate how much salary I used to get when I had a employed position. Another great thing about this check is that you don't need to go into the bank per se to deposit them. I just slip this baby into the ATM and then boop, a few days after I get the money deposited into my account. I hope someone finds this video useful. I know if I had this back in the day, it surely would have been to me. If you do like it, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you again next week Saturday for whatever else is on my mind. Bye.